Hi everybody, this is Miles from RhinoCo Technology. Today I'm pleased to announce the release of our new trade specials running from the 1st of November to the end of January 2019. Hopefully you'll get an edition of this out in the mail if you're one of our subscribed mailing customers. Otherwise, please keep an eye out on your emails. It's 24 pages of electronic security and LED lighting goodness. And my job today is just to give you a quick run through of this edition. Point out a few key products and hopefully spark your interest to read a little bit further than you potentially would otherwise. So on the front cover, we're actually featuring 3 new 4K high def over coax kits. There's detail on the inside. The first highlight is that we're actually going to be offering a bonus UPS with each one of these kits, whether you buy a 4-channel, 8-channel or 16-channel package. They'll each come with a suitable UPS for that size of recorder. One thing we'd also like to point out is, although there's a standard breakdown of cameras of domes and bullets for each package, say for the 16-channel there's 8 domes and 8 bullets, you're actually free to change that combination with any of the kits. So if you talk to your account manager and you want 12 domes and 4 bullets, for example, there's no problem with changing. And unlike our competitors, once we do a pack, it's not set in stone. With these kits, you can actually just mix and match to get a tailored solution for your job. They're predominantly packaged for probably doing upgrades, like a lot of you are doing high def over coax, going back to an old pub or club or something that's running coax cable. But if you want to obviously do as a new installation, you're free to use coax and figure 8 combo cable, or you may want to use data cable with balance. We've checked our balance are all certified to run 4K video up to 200 meters. So discuss that with your account manager, but basically this is a great package solution, makes it easy for you to quote jobs, and we hope that we're doing the right thing to try and make your life easy. Moving on to the next pages, we have our core range of IP cameras and high def over coax. We're obviously highlighting the fact that if you buy a carton quantity of 20, there's a price saving to be made, so it's worth checking that out as well. If we go on to, excuse me with the flicking here, page 6, this is something certainly new models to point out. We've got 2 new products in the VIP Vision Pro series, where you're talking about 8 megapixel 4K motorized lens cameras in both bullet and dome. These are similar to the sister products that you've probably been using a lot. Their most popular cameras are generally in that 4 megapixel range, and these are a brother and sister product to those. So you've got 8 megapixel resolution now, a 2.8 to 12 millimeter varifocal lens. One of the key additions though in this particular series is on the IVS intelligent video functions, is that you've got tripwire and intrusion functions on both these models in the 8 megapixel range. The price is fantastic. I'll obviously let you read the document to see what that price is, but you'll be very pleased with the price and the performance. On the next page, which is running through more of our core IP range, on page 8, something you may not have seen before is our thermal camera. So this is a twin lens thermal, so it's got actually a regular CCTV color day-night camera on one side, and on the other it has the thermal imaging sensor. So you can have say in a quad mode picture, you can be displaying, think of it as 2 cameras in one. You can have the thermal processed image and also the regular color or black and white image depending on the time of day on the right hand side. It does support fire detection, so if it sees a very hot area in the picture, the software is already programmed to say, well, that must be a fire that's in flame, and it will generate an alarm that you can obviously use through your security system to alert people to that fact. So some detail there. Obviously, again, it's quite a sophisticated product. So talk to your account manager, and they'll give you the lowdown on how it all works. On the next page, more of our IP products, panoramic cameras, PTZs, the small 4 meg PTZ as well. Moving along, our range of VIP Vision network video recorders. A new model that we've added now is the 8 Pro 7. So that follows on from the 16 Pro 7 model, which now has ePoE ports on the back. So hopefully you've seen that the technology we're now introducing with ePoE means that you can run on a data cable cameras up to 800 metres without having to have any breaks or switches in between. So really long runs in factories or shopping centres, you don't have to put a switch every 100 metres and so forth. You can just run directly from the recorder straight out to that camera location. So that should be saving in time, installation and infrastructure costs for those particular jobs that would benefit from that type of installation. That's probably the, apart from obviously we've got all our models there to highlight. On page 11, just to recap again of our solar CCTV solutions that are becoming very popular. We love getting these jobs where you've got something a little bit niche, something a little bit different. We can use our engineering skills to help come up with the right solution. Just to recap, we have pretty much two standard models. One's using a pair of Ubiquiti wireless links. So you put your solar camera out remotely from your main building where you can't get power to it, and you're beaming back the video into your office, say. And the second one is using a 4G modem router so that you can have complete standalone video footage being sent back wherever you've got a 4G network mobile coverage. At the bottom there's the large 128 channel, 64 channel NVRs. On page 12 we're talking about a high def over coax range again. Particular note is that we've now got H.265 video compression running on the Pro series. So that's in 4, 8 and 16 channel. And those recorders are also what they call a pentabrid recorder. So they'll record analog, traditional analog coax CCTV cameras, any of the primary high def over coax formats that are out there. So HD CVI that we use and regard as the best, TVI, AHD. And you can also put some IP cameras on each one. So different specs for different models, but overall they all cover all those different camera communication methods. On page 14, we're talking about our 32 channel 2 megapixel recorder and also what's known as a CVR16 Ultimate. Very quickly, I find that's a great selling item, particularly to that like I mentioned before, maybe that pub and club style installation where someone had 16 analog cameras cabled all through their complex installation environment. That recorder lets you use any existing analog cameras. It lets you put on 16 high def over coax cameras up to 4 megapixel. And in fact, two of the 16 channels can also be 8 meg or 4K. So cameras 1 and 9 is the exact specification, can be actually 8 meg high def over coax cameras, and the other 14 can all be running up to 4 megapixel. It has 8 hard drive bays, so you can actually put 8 10 terabyte drives in the machine for obviously a lot of storage. And in total, you can add an additional 48 IP channels to the recorder. So it's actually a 64 channel device. Over time, you can actually turn it completely into a 64 channel IP recorder. But typically it's going to be someone's got 16 old cameras, you're upgrading maybe half of them because the old analog picture just isn't good enough where they're located. Gives you the headroom to add IP cameras all the way up to 12 megapixel. So it's a great future-proof product for your clients. So that's the CVR16 ULT is its part number, or the CVR16 Ultimate if you're just talking off the cuff to one of the account managers. On the other side of the page, we have our mobile high def over coax recorders. So these are your recorders that are going in trucks, buses, Uber vehicles, for example, if people want to have obviously a high level solution in those kind of applications. So there's a range of cameras to select that actually goes onto that sort of black box, I suppose, flight recorder for a car or vehicle. And then at the bottom, we're just highlighting again the mobile dash cam / GPS tracking device. So the all-in-one MDVR J200 is the part number. So this is a forward-facing camera that looks through the windscreen of your car, 2 megapixel resolution. There's an additional lower resolution camera looking back inside the cabin in black and white that obviously is really there to keep an eye on passengers, or whether the person was on their mobile phone when something happened. That's obviously the application for that. but it has a full mobile tracking app, so you can see where your vehicle is, where it's been. It'll show multiple vehicles if you've got a fleet all on the screen at the same time. And the price is fantastic on that product, so definitely worth checking out. Moving on, pages 16 and 17 is featuring our VIP Vision IP and 2-wire video intercom solutions for both residences and apartments. So we can really tailor a great design for whatever your application is there, whether it's just a small residential home, a McMansion, 10 apartments per 10 floors. We've got a solution there. So this is just a taste of what we've got. But yeah, please check it out. Almost there. On page 18 is our range of Ethernet and power over Ethernet switches, fibre switches as well. We have some very economical GBIC fibre adapters that can save literally sometimes people thousands of dollars on peripheral costs on a large installation. So they're definitely something worth looking at. We have ePoE switches, so that if your recorder that your model that you're using is not an ePoE machine like the 16 or 8 channel Pro series, say you're using a 64 channel for example that doesn't have any ePoE ports on the recorder itself, we have the switches, which means you can use them between two cable runs. So you might be 800 metres apart, you can have two ePoE switches at either end, and that will transmit your data over that long distance without any breaks. Or you can put an ePoE camera connected to an ePoE switch that's then run back into the network that your recorder is plugged into. So hopefully that doesn't confuse anybody too much, because there's a little bit to understand there. But again, that's what we're here for at Rhino, to help you have the problems, we have the solutions. So yeah, talk to your account manager and see if we've got that right combination for you. On page 19, it's our WatchGuard 2020 series wireless alarm product. Just a quick cap there, there's two models. One uses Wi-Fi, so the main control module, the way it communicates out to the smartphone world is through push video notifications, and you do everything basically through the app to the alarm module. And the other model is a 3G device where you put a SIM card in the product, and for remote sites we'll be sending you SMS messages when the different alarm devices are activated. So two to consider: one connects to existing Wi-Fi in the building, the other one connects over the mobile phone network and it needs a SIM card. But all the accessories are interchangeable, and there is a whole range of them, more than that's actually featured in this catalogue. And finally, we're almost there, in terms of our LED lighting range additions, we have the food grade LED high bay model. So this is obviously designed specifically for sites where there's food handling and food preparation. It's about being impact protected, so glass and things like a traditional bulb's not going to fall into a food preparation area. They also don't hold any dust on the top. They're actually a very curved, sleek, curved design, and they're easy to wash down. So for locations where they have to wash down food prep areas either daily, this can be a very easy task, rather than something with nooks and crannies that becomes very difficult to do properly. So food grade LED high bays, that's a new addition. Please check them out. And then we run through our range of oyster lights, PIR activated LED tubes, low bay, LED low bays, panel lights, all our range of sensors. We have a great range of sensors, something you should certainly take notice of, that obviously even if it's not with our lights, that you need PIR sensor, microwave sensor, a light adjusting dimming sensor for daylight harvesting. We have all this in our range, so it's again another area that you may not know we have as wide a range as we do, but it's something that you need to talk to your account manager about, and we'll again come up with a great design for you. On the last page, it's just featuring our Pro series of LED floods. So they're one of our best sellers. If you haven't used those with security cameras as well, they're fantastic in terms of the light output matching up to what a modern camera would like to see. So you get the best of both worlds. You get excellent light as a flood security light, but it also enhances the picture that comes out of your CCTV cameras as well. So that is a wrap on the 24 pages of the November onwards RhinoCo Trade Special. We look forward to supporting your trade installation business. Again, we're celebrating 40 years in business here at RhinoCo. We look forward to taking your calls. Thank you.